Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Black Accountant. It's your boy Mo, and if you haven't already done so, you know the drill. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and let me know in the comments of any kind of content you want to see going forward. And most importantly, don't forget to turn on notification bells so you get notified when I drop new videos. So, as promised, this is going to be a little bit more towards that crypto content that we're going to do. You guys already know me, but Manny's going to introduce himself shortly. And we filmed this back in December, like a week before the Christmas break, because we had just gotten started with doing stuff and got a little bit into it, and we've been meeting on Saturdays. But when I was recording this Zoom, I sort of forgot to do my intro, so I'm just kind of inserting this now. But Manny's going to kind of introduce a little bit about himself, what he does, and then give you a little bit of background on this project. So it is still in the works. We do have an idea for what we want to do with it in terms of learning as we go along. I don't want to take it too seriously in the sense that it's just like this is strictly the format or this is that content. It's more so like an environment to learn. I want to know more about crypto. He wants to know more about crypto. So why not just do it together and share that with everybody else? And if you have any kind of knowledge into the space already, like why not drop a comment about it? Or, you know, if you want to be part of it, we may be doing a Discord as well to just foster some kind of community. But with that being said, I'll just go ahead and hand it off.
All right. So hello everybody. My name is Manuel Martinez. So I'm from OceanWave Financial Services. So what I do is do tax preparation services for small businesses and individuals. But today we're going to talk about crypto. Well, two different types of crypto, which is going to be, one is going to be Polygon and there's going to be Ethereum. So in terms of what we're going to do is that we're going to start with Polygon. So what we're trying to do with this in particular is that we're trying to kind of dissect into what these projects are in terms of utility and the use case, and in terms of investment purposes, right? Because everybody's going crazy right now with going into crypto, and then how would that affect in terms when you're talking about investment in the crypto market, and then why would you want to invest in crypto? That's something that I think a lot of people right now are just kind of speculating on, which I think, me personally, I believe that that is something that's going on a lot. It's more speculation than investment at this point. Me personally, I'm investing myself too. So I'm speculating myself too. So you're not alone on that. All right.
Yep, basically that space. So this it may be a joint project. So me and Manny are actually going to be looking through a lot of different cryptocurrency, and each week kind of assigning ourselves little tidbits of things to learn throughout the week, and then come back and share those with ourselves and with you guys on Saturdays, just to get a little bit more knowledge into the space, into the field. I know right now there's a lot of volatility in the market and so many things are down, but that's mostly based on Corona.
All right. So, all right. Let me share my screen. All right. So what we're gonna call this is it's gonna be the Crypto Weekly Connect. Where we come and talk about different coins or maybe different investment opportunities that either we're putting money into or something that we're interested in. All right, so this is going to be week one. The first thing we're going to tackle is going to be Polygon. So Polygon is more of a framework that is being utilized within the Ethereum network. And since it's something that's actually being developing and it's going to be improving over time at this point, it got started in 2017. It was originally known as the Matic network. But it got rebranded in 2021, where it became Polygon. Where one of the things that I see that they're trying to do is that they're trying to scale, solve the solution of scaling, right? Because Ethereum, I've interacted with the database or the framework, where it's getting more and more expensive to simply create transactions, right? And the complexity of creating those transactions is getting more complex, and it's just two things: getting expensive, and the how complicated just to get into, let's say, for example, you want to buy an Ethereum-based coin. So, for example, I use Coinbase, where I would go into the Coinbase app, and then I have to buy into the network and buy into the network, the Ethereum network, right? Because then I'll put Ethereum in my Coinbase wallet, and then within that wallet, then I will need to buy the Ethereum-based coin, right? If I want to buy into that Ethereum-based coin, then I'll have to pay a miner fee, which I know one time I was trying to buy, what was it, like $1,000 worth of an Ethereum-based coin. And then the miner fee at that point was like $600, which is like 60% cost of whatever I was trying to buy into, which at that point, it's kind of absurd. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this. So that's one of the things that's trying to solve, Polygon's trying to solve, the cost, reduce the cost, and reduce the complexity of creating those transactions to go into the blockchain itself. So it's not a separate framework. It's augmenting, or it's adding to improving the system, which is not the system, but improving the Ethereum-based network. All right. So it does one of two things. So the way it would go in building the blockchain, right? So the whole concept of the blockchain is that the mechanism that's getting created is that in order to create those transactions, or like the proof of stake concept, right? Proving that that transaction is unique to you. So one of them is the proof of stake chain, which is used within the Ethereum network, where the consensus of mechanism is the method of validating those entries. So how you're going to prove that those entries are unique to you, right? So that address that is going to be created and then going to be logged into the system or the database is what's going to make it secure, and actually authenticate the fact that it is you, right? Your wallet. So that's one thing. And for that, it does get a little bit more complicated in terms of how that, from the technical perspective, but that's just the gist of it. The second thing is plasma chain. Plasma chain is, like it says there, is a separate blockchain that is anchored to the main Ethereum chain, and it uses fraud proofs and optimistic rollups to arbitrate disputes. So this is another way to authenticate that the person that is doing this transaction, it is that particular person, and to actualize that transaction. Okay, and then so those are the two ways that this is used to actually prove that the person that's doing the transaction within the Ethereum network is that person. There's a whole bunch of other ways, but these are the two main ways that I see that are being used within the Ethereum network. Okay, so in terms of scaling, so scaling is one of the things that Ethereum is actually having an issue with, mainly because it's getting expensive. As they scale, the more expensive, obviously, the Ethereum network or the coin gets. But at the same time, when you're trying to build on top of the Ethereum network, it does get more and more expensive to have to build on top of that, right? So if you're trying to build D apps and you're trying to build exchanges on top of the network, right? You're trying to build all of these different applications that you're actually trying to use the Ethereum network for some type of use case in terms of building an NFT marketplace, right? So all these different little apps that you can use in order to create some type of scalability. That's one thing that's getting, that is becoming harder and harder, because so many people are jumping into the network, which is creating more demand for it, right? So simple supply and demand. So you have so many people going into the network, building a demand for it, but then the transactions getting more and more expensive to simply, just be able to, for example, buy Ethereum-based coins or build projects on top of that network. Right. Okay. So the two. Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead. No, I was gonna say, so it's basically it's getting more and more expensive as you go along because you now need to accommodate a much bigger capacity of people, and then uh, the speed or the amount of transactions that are processed on the blockchain or that are created by the blockchain are not don't have the same capacity or enough capacity to match that demand yet.
Correct. Yeah, and that's where the miners come into play, right? The miners mine more Ethereum and they actually facilitate those transactions. And that's why miners get paid. You see the miner fee within the Ethereum network whenever you're trying to buy a coin, right? So that's what the compensation of maintaining that network, right? Or one of the nodes, right? So, the concept of blockchain is that you have, instead of everything centralized, for example, if you have a central depository where everything gets used, where all the information gets stored, or at that point, then that concept of decentralization is that you have all these different nodes meaning computers mining Ethereum, right? Miners mining Ethereum that feed into the network and maintain that network to facilitate everybody else to build apps on top of it, and at the same time, just buy into the network.
Nice. Makes a lot of sense. All right. So then, and this is pretty much for Polygon.
Yeah. There's a lot more in terms of the scaling, the different types of scaling that happen, and then at the same time, the different types of projects that are built on top of the Polygon network. But that's pretty much the same concept in terms of Ethereum. So Ethereum, let me see. I'm stop sharing right now. So Ethereum, for example, a lot of people are using Ethereum to trade NFTs, right? So NFTs are very heavily used within the Ethereum network because that's what's right now kind of already proven the concept of building that within the Ethereum network. But now Polygon's trying to build on top of that to where they can create their own marketplaces, their own D apps and all that.
Gotcha. Wait, so what's a D app?
So decentralized application. So a D app is something where people can create applications within the network that are not centralized to a particular company or a particular organization. It's an open source application to where people can kind of contribute into that particular application, as long as you would get permission from you get permission from the people that started the application, right? So the people can kind of bring you in to augment that application.
Gotcha. So that's pretty much all we had for this week. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.